I am not afraid of an army of lions led by a sheep, I am afraid of an army of sheep led by a lion. I send you a coffees of mustard seed, that you may taste and acknowledge the bitterness of my victory. Without knowledge, skill cannot be focused. Without skill, strength cannot be brought to bear, and without strength, knowledge may not be applied. Through every generation of the human race there has been a constant war, a war with fear. Holy shadows of the dead, I am not to blame for your cruel and bitter fate, but the accursed rivalry which brought sister nations and brother people to fight one another. I do not feel happy for this victory of mine. On the contrary, I would be glad, brothers, if I had all of you standing here next to me, since we are united by the same language, the same blood and the same visions. When you bury my body, don't build any momentum and keep my hands outside so that the world knows that the person who won the whole world had nothing in his hand while dying. There is nothing impossible to him who will try. I would rather live a short life of glory than a long one of obscurity. May God keep you away from the venom of the cobra, the teeth of the tiger, and the revenge of the Afghans. With the right attitude, self-imposed limitations vanish. Toil and risk are the price of glory, but it is a lovely thing to live with courage and die leaving an everlasting fame. For me every virtuous foreigner is a Greek and every evil Greek worse than a barbarian. For me every virtuous foreigner is a Greek and every evil Greek worse than a barbarian. I am indebted to my father for living, but to my teacher, Aristotle, for living well. But truly, if I were not Alexander, I would be Diogenes. Those who have the courage to conquer it are made free, and those who are conquered by it are made to suffer until they have the courage to defeat it, or death takes them. There are so many worlds and I have not yet conquered even one. The end and object of conquest is to avoid doing the same thing as the conquered. God must have loved Afghans because he made them so beautiful. Youths of the Pellaeans and of the Macedonians and of the Hellenic Amphictyony and of the Lacedaemonians and of the Corinthians, and of all the Hellenic peoples, join your fellow soldiers and entrust yourselves to me, so that we can move against the barbarians and liberate ourselves from the Persian bondage, for as Greeks we should not be slaves to barbarians. I had rather excel others in the knowledge of what is excellent, than in the extent of my power and dominion. There is something noble in hearing myself ill spoken of, when I am doing well. Every light is not the sun. Are you still to learn that the end and perfection of our victories is to avoid the vices and infirmities of those whom we subdue? On their side more men are standing, on ours more will fight. False reports have many times done as great things as true courage and resolution. A tomb now suffices him for whom the world was not enough. When we give someone our time, we actually give a portion of our life that we will never take back. An army of sheep led by a lion is better than an army of lions led by a sheep. Whatever possession we gain by our sword cannot be sure or lasting, but the love gained by kindness in moderation is certain and durable. Sex and sleep alone make me conscious that I am mortal. Upon the conduct of each depends the fate of all. Each moment free from fear makes a man immortal. Now you fear punishment and beg for your lives, so I will let you free, if not for any other reason so that you can see the difference between a Greek king and a barbarian tyrant, so do not expect to suffer any harm from me. A king does not kill messengers. My treasure lies in my friends. Let us conduct ourselves so that all men wish to be our friends and all fear to be our enemies. In the end, when it's over, all that matters is what you've done. Remember, upon the conduct of each depends the fate of all. Glory crowns the deeds of those who expose themselves to toils and dangers. I want the best doctors to carry my coffin to demonstrate that, in the face of death, even the best doctors in the world have no power to heal. When you bury my body, Don't build any momentum and keep my hands outside so that the world knows that the person who won the whole world had nothing in his hand while dying. I want the best doctors to carry my coffin to demonstrate that, in the face of death, even the best doctors in the world have no power to heal. How great are the dangers I face to win a good name in Athens? You shall, I question not, find a way to the top if you diligently seek for it, for nature hath placed nothing so high that it is out of the reach of industry and valor. Heaven cannot brook two sons, nor earth two masters. I am dying from the treatment of too many physicians. True love never has a happy ending, because there is no ending to true love.